My last video got a lot of traction because clearly it resonated for many folks out there. I'm a therapist, I go to my own therapy, so it resonates with myself as well. There's been times in my own sessions where I haven't brought something up because I was worried about how I would look. But I will say, with the therapeutic process, as you get to know your therapist and you build rapport and you build trust and you learn that most of the time they're probably not going to judge you for what you say, and it can become easier to express these things that we might want to hold back about ourselves. And I will say, with shame, the longer you hold on to something that brings you shame, the more power it has over you. The antidote to shame is vulnerability, in my opinion. And whether you decide to share something with a therapist or a loved one, you will find most of the time that you're releasing some of that power that this thing has over you. Okay, so how do I stop doing it? This is like maybe a very therapist-y answer, but noticing it is a big part of the battle. Being like, okay, like there's something I was definitely holding back on saying because I'm worried maybe about how I'll look. So just noticing that is huge. I am a huge fan also of naming it in session if you can. I notice that I'm having something coming up that I want to share with you, but I'm worried about how you'll think of me after. And just seeing what their response is, I think a lot of times just putting that out there on the table can be really therapeutic for you, but it can also help your clinician understand what's coming up for you so that they can really show up in a way that can be more conducive. And on the receiving end of that, as a therapist, I know my response would be like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. I am so glad you're noticing that, you're putting this out there, even though you're not ready or able to tell me like what it is that's bringing up some shame. I'm proud of you for at least noticing it and naming it here with me. That is a very special thing. And a side note, whatever it is, there's a chance that I've heard it before. There's a chance that I've experienced it before, or that I've had a close friend or loved one who has experienced something similar or thought something similar or done something similar. So that doesn't mean you're not special, but it just means like you're human, and that's also a good reason to share, to get that reassurance that it probably isn't as big as you've built it up to be within your own system.